Hey guys, Nate here with Nate Vaping, and you guys are probably getting tired of this about me talking about this Nemesis mod. So I'm going to do a quick little review of the Nemesis mod and what I think of it. This is my first ever mechanical mod, and to tell you the truth, this might be my last mechanical mod. I don't know if I'll upgrade. If I get the money and get time, and you guys maybe start requesting me to do a specific type of review on one of the mods and show you how it hits, show you how to vape it, I can do that. Just let me know. I just don't want to spend a boatload of money. So right now this is the HCigar Nemesis clone. I bought this off of the 101 Vape. They have a great price on their supply. I noticed that last week they were completely sold out, so I know that people have them, and I know people are probably new to it and they don't really know what's going on. So I just want to share with you guys my experience with it right now and how it works. So you get this mod, and it's going to be this tube. Sorry about my tank on there right now, but you're going to get this nice big tube. It's going to have the Nemesis standard logo on there. I just kind of threw this on there just to show you guys, but it's got the Nemesis logo on there. On the bottom portion, you got the nice little insignia from the manufacturer on there. The train, it's by Atomixani, yeah. And so I want to show you guys a couple cool little tricks you can do with your Nemesis, especially people that have them that don't really realize it, especially if you got a clone. There are a couple tweaks that you should perform on them, and I'll just dive right into it. So first off is called the spring trick, and guys over at Witty Octopus Vapors, they're the juice that I vape. They're great people over there, and again I'll put a link in when I post this video so you guys can find out where their website is. But I'd like to show you guys real quick here. This is the standard bottom system that works with the HCigar Nemesis clone. So you got your standard build bottom, and what you do is you compress this little black ring that you see there with the brass on there. You compress it down so you can see that full screw. Okay, see the full screw? Sorry, it's pretty much out of focus, but you see the full screw there. So you compress it down and start spinning off the screw. Once you spin off that screw, go put it in a safe spot, but keep pressure on there. There's a spring in there. There's actually two springs. There's two springs within this mod and a little tiny brass pin, so watch out when you pull it apart. Like just now, I had the brass pin fall into my hand, so you can kind of see it there. It's a tiny little bastard, but it works. So you got the top part, you got your one spring, and then around the cylinder, which you won't see it on mine because I threw it as a nice little decorative piece on top of my dripper, the other spring. So first rule, rip that second spring, that small spring, rip it out. You don't need it. They put it on there for whatever reason. You don't need it. Don't know why they put it there, but just take it out. Oh, and I dropped the spring. Okay, so sorry about that. Here's your second spring here, the big spring, and dropped it again. Hold on a second. Alrighty. So, like I said, you gotta keep an eye on this. But you got the second spring, and you got your I'm gonna set down that little pin and the top bottom part. You got this little edge here. And what you want to do is you want to make sure that that spring sits in that cup. So at first it won't fit in there. It won't. It just, I don't know why HCigar, they decided to just buy these springs in mass, and they thought it was going to work. So you got to go in there and you got to take your spring and you got to kind of bend it out. Just bend it out just a little bit. Just you know, bend it out and bend it out. So you get it a little bit more open on the top. And what you do is you make sure that spring fits directly in there. So you kind of got to wiggle it, but you'll see your spring should stick out. Once it's there, go ahead, take your bottom part, and slide that bastard over there. Then what you do is now you got this. So you see this little groove in the silver piece? There's going to be the same opposite groove on the metal piece, on the inside, the brass piece. So you're going to spin that around to line them up, and it's going to make it look like a cylinder. I don't know if you guys can see that too well. It's kind of difficult, but you'll see. In the brass part, there's a little notch, same as on the silver part. It's going to line up. Now you take that little pin. Remember that little tiny pin I told you guys watch out for. It'll be the death of you, because if you lose that pin, you're going to be upset. Pop that pin back in there. Grab your screw. Start screwing it down. Now once that's screwed in nice and tight, you'll feel it. It's gonna move a lot freer. It's just gonna feel better. HCigar, again, I don't know why they did it with their mods, but whatever. We're engineers here. We can figure it out. So go ahead and take your battery, slide it in there, take the end of it, screw that on there. Now the cool part is the Nemesis does come with a extendable tube, so if you got a longer battery, it'll work. And it comes with a really nice kick ring. So if you have a if you got the piece that uses the kick ring, they do come with a small little thing, so you can fit that on there. And again, if you got the longer battery, it's good to go. 18650 Sony VTC5 or VC. Let me double check that. VTC5 just uses the top big section, bottom big section, and your adjustable locking ring section on there. Slide that bad boy on there. Go ahead, twist on the bottom here. Twist it until you get it nice and snug. Again, don't over tighten. Under any circumstance, don't over tighten. Alright, so we got this little piece here. We got our adjustable locking ring. Since you removed that spring, here's the deal. You remove that spring. If you put this in your pocket, make sure twist that locking ring and lock it down, okay? So it doesn't move, okay? When you remove that spring, you make this way easier to press. Thus, when you hit it with your pinky's not, it's not feeling that stress, okay? So make sure that you twist this all the way down and lock it, okay? Because that lock is going to be great. It'll save you from burning up your wick. So, like I said, I took that secondary spring, and you could see here on my Helios clone, went ahead and threw it around the drip tip, just for looks, I guess. People always ask me. I went into the vape shop actually earlier today, and they go, "What is that spring? What drip tip is that?" And I think they were looking at it as an aesthetic, and they liked it. They just didn't know where it came from, and well, it's the spring, the secondary spring on your Nemesis. So if you want, do something aesthetic with it, go ahead. Save it. Don't throw it out, because for all you know, the main spring, after so many times of use, it's going to wear out on the spring. So you'll want to use the smaller spring and throw that in there if for some weird reason your spring gets worn out. At least you got the backup spring that's not seeing that compression all the time, so you won't mess it up. But you can see it's just the vape is good. The hit's good. Now there is a cool little feature with this, and a lot of people might not realize it at first, but if you got the standard inline air holes instead of having these external ones like on this this mod we have, I'll show you here real quick. You do have the option to run it through it, and it is variable on the airflow. So it does have variable airflow. And you can see here, you got these two holes. Let's try getting that focused. Okay, you got these two holes, and then you got these two smaller holes. The two smaller holes are actually going to be lining up with the holes that run on the inside of the piece. So if you want to know where the holes are, because they're so deep, you just line up that little top ring with the two holes, and you got two vents. You line it up, you twist it off to the side. You can line it up to a 1.5. You can tighten it up even more and go to one little hole. But if you're using this mechanical mod with a decent atomizer, you're going to realize that, that you don't need that. Now, here's the other cool part. This all disassembles even farther. So you can see this ring right in here can actually slide off, and you kind of got to get a grip on it. My hands are a little sweaty, so of course it's going to be a little difficult. But you can slide that ring off. Standard O-ring on there, and lo and behold, you can see the two little rings right in there. The two holes. Those two holes, they perfectly line up with the holes on the bottom. Imagine that. So you got the two holes there, you line them up with the two holes there, you can still breathe it in and out perfectly fine. And like I said, this bottom screw, in a previous video of mine, this bottom screw comes out, so once you screw on the top part, your atomizer, go ahead and lock that down. Dropping stuff all day today. Go ahead and slide that in. It can only go one way. It's beveled on one edge, so it sticks out a little bit farther, and then the other edge is in line with it. So do know that you can't take this ring and put it upside down. Kind of show you there. There's a little lip inside of it, so you can only put it one way. So go ahead, slide that on there. Take your atomizer, like I said this time, go ahead, screw this down. Take this back screw, tighten it up a little bit. Make sure it's snug, but don't over tighten it. Don't be that guy. So go ahead, screw this in. Leave a little space on the bottom so you can get that good and snug. Tighten that up, and then tighten up the bottom. And there you go. You just did the spring trick, and you just found out that you have adjustable airflow if you have an inline one. So if you got the tanks, the Kangar Pro tanks, if you're rebuilding the Kangar Pro tanks, which we'll do a build on the Kangar Pro tanks as well, just to show you how easy those are to build, you'll be satisfied. You'll think, hey man, this is a great mod. This is why Nate likes vaping this so much, because it does everything and anything you want. But like I said, we can do another mod. I'll just I'm not in the mainstream. Got to get the newest mod out there, just because of the fact that why spend money on stuff that you can do perfectly fine with one mod. Oh, that's a good vape right there. This is good stuff. Good stuff. So if you guys want to ask me any questions, or if you want to dive into mechanical mods and you just don't know what to do, go ahead, shoot me a message, shoot me an email. I'll try to get you, and we'll go from there. So all right, everyone, have a good one. Take care.